in Washington, D.C.
That's right, Pat. Immigration reform takes center stage this week in the Senate. Republican Marco Rubio will be the one to watch as he tries to sell the idea to skeptical conservatives. David Brody sat down with Rubio to talk about why so much rides on the outcome.
It may not be impossible, but Marco Rubio is on a mission, and passing immigration reform involves convincing two audiences, Spanish speakers
muchos en la izquierda quieren decir eso.
Usted está a favor de la ley de Arizona.
And influential conservatives like those who listen to Rush Limbaugh.
The first question I have for you is why are we doing this?
Well, for one, as a Cuban-American, Rubio walks the walk. And as the lone Tea Party sponsor, he also gives the effort a bipartisan feel. But if he's not satisfied with the final bill, Rubio could walk away. His job, bring conservatives on board.
Has this been harder of a sell than you originally thought?
You know, the answer to it is yes and no.
Well, the easy part is this. He believes a majority of the country would accept illegal immigrants as long as there are penalties that go along with it. Rubio also sees hope in the evangelical community.
I think the biggest change has not been in the pulpit, it's been in the pews. You know, the folks that are attending church that maybe 5 years ago felt differently about this issue, now they're worshiping next to an illegal immigrant family. Now they've met someone who's in this circumstance.
The harder sell for Rubio is making sure the bill clearly enforces border security.
I think that's where we are right now in this debate is, can we do enough about border security so that people will support doing something about the 11 million? And that's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm working on trying to accomplish. We've gone to my colleagues and what they're saying is, look, we just don't think it's enough. We don't trust the administration, quite frankly, Republican or Democrat. We've been told this before, that they're going to secure the border, and that never happens.
So the question for Rubio is, what is his line in the sand?
For me, if we start trading, let's say if we start weakening the guest worker program in exchange for stronger border security, I'm not interested in that horse trading.
A number of Tea Party conservatives accuse Rubio of pushing bad policy from the streets.
We put him in office, and this is not what he promised us.
To the airwaves back home in Florida.
Senator Marco Rubio is making the same promises, like real border security. Promise broken.
To the ever-powerful talk radio circuit.
I can tell you from my radio listeners, they think it's time to stop dividing the Republican Party on this issue with all your good intentions, and I know you have them.
Therein lies the political dilemma. Rubio is considered by many to be a GOP frontrunner for president in 2016. His support for immigration reform, however, might hurt his standing with conservatives in the primaries.
It's a political reality of what could potentially happen.
Well, the day I start making decisions around here with the mind towards what other office I want to run for, I'll no longer be very effective. Whatever God's plan is fine. Whatever's going to happen on this issue, whatever's going to happen with me, is what God's already planned for me. My job is just to be obedient and have faith in that regard. And that's really something like everybody else, I struggle with that because the human side of us wants us to think about the here and now. But I think ultimately, if you try to approach every issue in life, from the smallest detail to a big issue like this, with that viewpoint, it gives you a sense of peace and calm about it you wouldn't otherwise have.
He's going to need that calming peace during the turbulent days ahead. David Brody, CBN News, Washington.